Well, folks, WrestleMania 41 is now over. Night 2 was a great evening. It was a great show, but I do have one inkling regarding it, and that is the main event, which we will talk about after. But yes, WrestleMania 41 Night 2 kicked off with a banger of a match, which was the women's triple threat match for the championship. And these three women brought their A game, and it was absolutely amazing to watch. There was so many great spots from all three of them, but my favorite spot, Ripley was on the ground. You had Io, she went to the top rope, did a moonsault. Rhea got her feet up, she hit the boot. Io came back onto her feet, spun around, and she landed in the kiss of death from Bianca, who only managed to get a 2 count because Rhea Ripley broke up the fall. And this match was just full of this. It was counter into another move, counter into this move, and it just flowed like water. It was so good. But overall though, when all said and done, Sky actually got the win, which is actually really nice to see, because even though I absolutely love Rhea Ripley, seeing Sky beat these two and walk out of Mania as the champion, it was just awesome to see. And she was so happy as well. And the good thing as well, the crowd got behind it, which is always a good thing to see. But then, you know, this was night 2, and it was actually 25 minutes shorter than night 1, which I'm all happy for. 4-hour Mania, which we went over in yesterday's video, 4-hour show, 2 hours and 10 minutes of ads and video packages, which is just absolutely mind-blowing this day and age, and it was just under 2 hours of wrestling. But with this one, there was actually more wrestling than actual ads, which I am happy with. But the one thing I did see throughout the entire match, one thing I did see throughout the entire evening, each match was sponsored by a different thing, which was actually kind of funny to see. But our second match was the Sin City Street Fight. My God, this match was just incredible. Both entrances as well were great. You had McIntyre come out dressed in Doom the Dark Ages video game attire. But then you had the Slayer legendary guitarist, Kerry King, playing Damian Priest to the ring. That was just spectacular. Slayer is one of my favourite bands of all time, and I cannot wait to see him later this year in the summer here in Cardiff. But for this match, I had a lot of hope, because we have seen that these guys can do incredible work when they're paired with the right person. And these two together, they just create magic. And that's exactly what they did. It was everywhere. It was violent. It was brutal. And the table spots in this match were incredible and just nuts. And they both actually got busted open on the back from going through the tables. We also got Air McIntyre, who we all know is like 6'5" and 6'6" or whatever, and he literally cleared the ring in a somersault senton onto Damian Priest on the outside. It just looked spectacular. But with this though, my favourite part of the entire match was this instant. Yeah, McIntyre grabbed his brother's phone and took a selfie and posted it to Twitter X. It was absolutely hysterical, and it was just great to see that McIntyre, this is how you do the heel. He's like, yeah, bored at work, lol, and all this kind of stuff, which was absolutely hysterical. But like we were saying, the table spots, brilliant. McIntyre went through one with a razor's edge, but then when Damian Priest tried doing old school onto McIntyre, McIntyre pushed him off the top rope through 2 tables on the outside. And McIntyre got the win as he did a claymore into a steel chair into Priest's head. Got the win. Brilliant match. For me next was the most anticipated match for the entire weekend, and that was the Fatal 4-Way Intercontinental Championship match, which to me, this match was just spectacular. Penta, incredible. Bron Breakker, incredible. Dirty Dom, incredible. And Finn Balor, incredible. All of them did such a great job in this match, and to see the outcome, I was actually very surprised to see that Dirty Dom won the belt. But overall, like we were saying with this match, We had so much action in such a short time. It just goes to show when people are pushed to show how good they are, they can do it. And with this, we had all the classic Penta moves. And we even had Bron Breakker clear the length of the entire ring when he took out Penta with a dive. It was literally on the outside. He went from one corner to the other, just flew through the air like a missile. That was just incredible and just mind-blowing to see, especially the size of Bron Breakker. But we all know though, when he runs the ropes, he gets up to like 27, 30 miles per hour, and he actually made the ring move one time. Absolutely insane. But we did actually get some double team matches as well between obviously Finn and Dom on Breakker and on Penta. But then, we had something that we knew was coming. Dirty Dom turned on Finn Balor. Now with this, he done the back kick, did the drop kick into the back. Now with this, Dom did the drop kick into the back to make Balor go on the ropes for the 619, which Dirty Dom tried doing, but Balor grabbed him, brought him in, and then just started stomping him. Are we going to see a breakup of Judgment Day now? It's more than likely possible. But with this though then, we actually had Carlito coming into the arena, and he tried getting involved. And let's just say he was taken out by Bron Breakker, who speared him through the announce table. Yeah, it was absolutely bliss to see. But with all of this though, Balor took out Breakker with the coup de grace, but Dirty Dom saw his chance. He jumped up, frog splashed, and he got the win. And I am so happy and ecstatic to see that Dirty Dom is now the Intercontinental Champion. But what I'm going to think now though is, we could possibly be seeing a babyface turn from Dom. Only because when he came out, the boos were so loud, you could hardly hear the music. That's how loud they were. But when he won, the entire crowd started chanting for him. So it's going to be interesting to see how this one pans out. Next, we had something which I did not expect, and it was the Randy Orton Open Challenge match. Obviously, Orton came down, and the crowd were just so ecstatic to see Randy Orton. The singing and his theme song just go together like harmony, and you could hear the crowd over everything. It was great. Obviously, he got in the ring, got the mic, open challenge to anyone in the back. And we're there now, and like I said, I was thinking that, maybe Nick Aldis will walk out, maybe Rusev, who knows, it could have even been Aleister Black. But no. Say his name, and he will appear. Joe Hendry turned up, and I gotta admit, the way he just stops and spins around and looks at the camera, I will never ever get tired of seeing that. It is so much fun to see. Obviously, it was a very quick match between these two, and it ended with Randy Orton winning with the RKO. But after this, what was even more funny, Randy Orton got up and he did his own version of stopping, spinning, and looking at the camera. Absolutely incredible, great to see, and I'm happy to see that TNA is getting a good relationship now with the WWE and allowing their wrestlers to come on over. I'm going to give it 6 months to a year and we will see Joe Hendry on SmackDown. I can see that happening. Going into our next match as well, it was the phenomenal one, AJ Styles against Logan Paul. Now, a lot of people don't like Paul, rightfully so, because of what he's done in the last decade in his personal life and careers, but the guy was born to be in WWE and this match shows it. But I still want to see if he can call a match on the fly if something goes wrong in the ring. But with this, the match was entertaining as hell. Styles, always top tier, always brings his A game, and Logan Paul, we've even heard him say it as well, is that he will practice a match, practice, and practice just to get the flow going and know what he's going to do. But again, with this one, him and AJ, you could see him talking, communicating in the ring, and it worked out extremely well. We did get Karrion Kross though get involved, as he actually stopped Logan Paul's manager Jeff with the brass knuckles. He came in, tried to get the knuckles to Logan Paul, Karrion Kross grabbed him, said no. AJ threw Jeff into the barriers, and then you just had Karrion Kross go, use these. use these, trying to get inside his head and say, you gotta get the win, you gotta do it. But it didn't. And AJ Styles took out Cross, but then he went back in the ring trying to get a phenomenal forearm onto Logan Paul, who it missed. He set up the pulverizer, which is still a great looking move, and Logan Paul got the 1, 2, 3. It was a good match. It was actually very entertaining, like I said, and so far this evening hasn't done a bad match, which is absolutely phenomenal, considering how WrestleMania 41 Night 1 started with like 2 duds, But so far, every single match on this card, top tier. Great. We now entered the Ladies Tag Team Championship match, and to be honest with you, we all thought the surprises were over for the evening until we got to the main event, until we got to Cena and Cody Rhodes. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez made their way down to the ring, and again, these two, when they're together, they do create just fire matches, But then, obviously, Lyra Valkyria came out, and it was meant to be her and Bayley, but Bayley got attacked, supposedly on Saturday. But supposedly, this has actually been the storyline for the last couple of weeks. So Lyra comes out, and everyone's like, who's her tag team partner? Well, the music hit, and it was none other than the man, Becky Lynch. Becky's back, and she looked amazing. She hasn't missed a beat. And to be honest with you, we've had Stone Cold, we've had Shawn Michaels, we've had all these massive stars over the entire weekend. Becky Lynch got the biggest pop out of everyone. It was absolutely incredible to see, and there was a lot of fans as well in their arena crying, because again, Becky Lynch, she means so much to so many people who watch wrestling. And now as well, the way that a lot of people, Lyra Valkyria for example, she only got into wrestling because of Becky Lynch, because she watched Becky Lynch. It was absolutely incredible to see. Anyway, they came on out, and the tag match, it went on for long, but it was a very entertaining tag team match. Raquel and Liv, they dominated the majority of the match, isolating Lyra from Becky. But when Becky got the hot tag, she just went to town and she destroyed everyone, and it was just great to see. Obviously with this, Liv tried getting Becky, but Becky got the manhandle slam and won the tag team championships. So now with this, I'm a little bit, right, okay, how is this going to go? Obviously, Becky is going to be on Raw with Lyra. Are they going to join forces with her hubby Seth and the wise man Paul Heyman? You never know. It was for the future of the industry, their match, Roman, Punk, and Seth. I'm just saying, they could all align and become the greatest threat to the industry. You never can tell. Now for the main event. Cody Rhodes against John Cena. John Cena in his last ever WrestleMania match. In John Cena's last ever WrestleMania title match as well. But before we get into this, The Rock doesn't even appear. And to be honest with you, that sucks. Because when he had the heel turn with Cena back at the Elimination Chamber, everyone was thinking, yeah, he's going to appear at Mania. He's going to be with Mania. He's going to help Cena win the belt. No, we didn't get any of that. And to be honest with you, when he said to Cody Rhodes, I want your soul, I want this, I want that, and nothing has come of it, it just looks dumb. And when The Rock's going on and saying, oh, I love long storytelling, we do this, I could plant a seed a year or two before and we're going to go back to it. That's just something that he is saying because obviously he is a very, very busy man. We all know this. But you can't come in and say, oh, well, we're going to do this and at Mania, this is going to happen, and then you don't show up. It just sucked. It just sucked because The Rock should have been there. He should have. He should have been there for Cena's, last WrestleMania match. But with this, though, John Cena came out and he had no video package. There was no graphics. It was just him and his music. And it was just black everywhere with his name. It looked pretty cool as well, but it was also very bleak. Then we went to Cody Rhodes, who came out with an entire dirt bike crew, and it was just awesome to see. At WrestleMania, it's always great to see the entrances go above and beyond. Like I say, we had Kerry King playing Damian Priest. On Saturday, we had in Living Colour playing Cult of Personality. So many great things for the entrances. Sometimes I think we should just watch them because they are sometimes more entertaining than the actual matches. But going back to the main event, the match was very fun to watch, and it was actually a very different John Cena that we were watching. You know, we've all heard the "you can't wrestle," and all this kind of stuff. And John Cena, he just brawled with Rhodes throughout the entire match, which was great to see. And basically, it was the greatest hits of Cody, Cena, five knuckle shuffle, Crossroads, the Cody Cutter, the AA, the STFU, and all this kind of stuff, with just them two hitting each other in between. Before this, it all was going great until Travis Scott came out. Now, with this, I don't understand why WWE is so infatuated with having rappers and all this kind of stuff come out and get involved in the matches. And with this one, Travis Scott, when he came out, the music was playing and he was walking out, and you could hear crickets in the stadium. No one responded to him. It was just dead. You could possibly hear people cough. That's how low the sound was. And with this, another thing what really annoyed me as well was that you had Pat McAfee. He was just praising him and almost like he was cuddling his balls. Like, everything out of Pat's mouth was, oh, Travis Scott's this, he's this, he's this. It's like, come on, mate. I know you're trying to hype things up, but there's a hyping, and then there's like, mate, do you want to suck? It was something like that. That's how bad it was. Seeing this main event, Cena's final WrestleMania main event, Scott had no business being there. It should have been someone of more importance. Someone like The Rock, Stone Cold, hell, even Randy Orton or something like that. Someone who has done something great for the industry and actually has a history with John Cena. Out of all of that, I probably would say that Randy Orton would have been the best option because they've had some of the greatest matches ever between those two. Before this, having Scott come out and do what he did, he just ruined the ending of the match, and he ruined the significance of John Cena getting the win and winning his 17th record world title. It just sucked. It just sucked to see that. But obviously, the one thing that I did really, really enjoy is when Cena won, the crowd went apeshit, and it was absolutely amazing to see. And you could see John Cena, he was trying to hide a smile because he was like holding the belt up, and he's there like, it was almost like, yes, we've done it, like. And it's a significant feat. Obviously, no one else has ever won 17 world championships, but John Cena has. That's why a lot of people call him the greatest of all time. But for me, the way Travis Scott came out, the way they got him interrupting the match and getting involved, it ruined what was basically a great night 2. That's the only issue I have, is that part, the main event part, and that is it. Overall, night 2 had the best matches by far. But if the triple threat from night 1 was in this one, the entire show, start to finish, would have been a classic WrestleMania. It just would have. But obviously with all of this now, we are going to have to wait and see what Cena does tonight on Monday Night Raw. Because he said he's going to be there and he's going to show the world how he is going to ruin wrestling. Is he going to bring back the spinner belt, do you think? Who knows? But for me though, overall show rating, last night's one was 9.5 out of 10. If Travis Scott didn't get involved, I possibly would have given it a 10 out of 10 for me because it was just such a fun event. But guys, we will be back tomorrow with our Monday night review. Like I said, we've got days of this stuff coming and it's been a fun doing all of these for you. But guys, like and subscribe. Let us know down below, did you enjoy it? What did you think of Travis Scott coming out? And I will see you soon.